Uh-oh.
Alright, we're fucking live. This is gonna be fucking
Alright.
amazing. Alright, I'll
Ladies, gentlemen,
Mic is rolling.
retard of all shapes and sizes, welcome to the first episode of the Brainrot Therapy podcast with me, Myth, Kaar, and Storm. How you all doing today, boys?
I have an online name too, but yeah, sure, Storm. Okay, yeah, I'm doing fine. It is very fucking late for me. I'm gonna continue this way until the night because I just got fired from my job, so I don't have anything to do tomorrow.
Oh,
That's absolutely
After-
gaming.
yeah, in a good mood for our first episode of the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm
I woke
alive and
up
kicking,
15
and that's
minutes
about
ago.
all I can say. Yeah, same. Thereabouts.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Alright, I am going to spin the epic gamer wheel. I'm going to turn the sound off prematurely because I don't want that shit. Click to spin. Okay, we are
And
getting...
determine a randomly selected topic to discuss.
Damn, it said that we don't have Carlos. Because it instantly rolls to the best Lego sets. We just re-roll. Carlos isn't here.
Well,
I don't think he's up yet.
Carlos is not here. We have to organize that
we
with him.
can't really
Okay.
honour it. Oh, and we're off to such
Yeah.
a shit start.
This is
Yeah,
going
let's get
amazing. Did he just roll it
Yeah,
twice in
I
a row?
mean,
Okay,
I'm
no,
always
okay. The
We're
first
cut.
I'd be
topic
disappointed
is...
otherwise if it didn't get off to the worst start possible. It
Yeah,
would not
true.
be fitting.
The first topic is aliens and such with a bunch of confetti. Alright, Myth, I assume
Right,
you made
here we
this
go.
one?
Pardon?
You made this, I think, I assume?
No, it was Rogue actually.
Oh, Rogue, you made it.
Right.
Okay, so you can start.
Wait, what's the topic?
Aliens and
Aliens.
such.
Extraterrestrials.
Alright. So, the topic of whether or not extraterrestrials exist or not. This is one that's been a very, very well debated topic for numerous generations of people. And,
Aye.
well, there's still so many people out there who would straight up deny the existence of aliens and stuff. But when you really get into the nitty gritty of it, right, what are the actual chances of humans being the only sapient life forms out there in the nearly infinite, well, not even nearly infinite, the infinite conceivable universe, right?
Pretty much nada.
Exactly. There's so many planets that have habitable conditions, and there might be planets that even we don't consider to be habitable that might have evolved life forms anyway, that just behave extremely differently to us. The possibilities are quite literally endless.
Yeah,
We've
well,
got like 3 different habitable or quote-unquote habitable moons in our solar system. 2 that are icy moons with oceans underneath their shells, and one that's got oceans and rain and clouds of methane.
methane.
Yeah, I was actually going to mention one of those icy moons. I think it's a moon of Pluto, if I'm not wrong.
Pluto is basically the moon.
The moon of Pluto, Charon, I know the one you're thinking of, has long since
Yeah,
dried
yeah.
out. You'd be thinking of either Europa or Enceladus. Jupiter
Europa.
and Saturn.
Europa's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
Europa-
Europa.
Heard Reddit again.
I was reading somewhere not too long ago that SpaceX and NASA were thinking about sending drones to Europa to scour the bottom of their seafloors because they're like all the signs think to, well, crabs. Everything returns to crab or starts as crab, baby. There's no
Crab?
other way around it.
Crabs?
We are
Crabs.
born of crab and we return there.
Exactly, that's how
the
evolution
metaphysical
works.
crab.
The apex life forms.
It's
of
like the
existence.
mythology of like that the entire world rests on like a big turtle, but instead of a turtle, it's just a crab, just with its 2 pincers holding up the world.
Oh
Honestly,
no.
that makes a lot of sense.
Flat
No,
Earth
it
theory
doesn't.
2.0.
Where do you think
Slap
pinches
that one up
land?
by a crab.
Where on the earth do the pinches land?
Australia.
Surely yeah, one's definitely in Australia. Maybe that's what.
One's
maybe
definitely here.
One's definitely out in Perth. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. That place
what
is
about the other
fucked,
one?
man. The other one would be in what's like a random country in South America. Like a random city in
Bolivia.
South America. Let's have a look, lads.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah, Bolivia,
Oh,
definitely.
Bring that on, man.
the coup that
I don't know.
old Muskie
Well,
and the
well.
CIA staged to get lithium was definitely assisted by the mega crab's claw.
Yes,
Yes, absolutely.
Like,
Where do you think all the crab meat comes from? It doesn't come from the ocean, I'll tell you that.
No, it definitely doesn't come from crabs.
It is
No, not a
harvested from the ethereal being.
Yes.
From the beaches.
It comes from the mecha T-Rexes with laser eyes. And the only
Yeah, those are
person in the
native
entire
to Australia
It's
too.
all just,
I'm not
So
lying, the
maybe-
only
Earth is just like a what's the word? Maybe it's like a decoy, a facade, and
A foe.
a faux city, if you will. And
Mafia city.
that's the reason nobody knows a thing about it, because it doesn't actually properly exist. It's like a bunch of cardboard cutouts, some painted blue, some painted with buildings that surround a tower spiraling off into the sky. That's actually a picture.
have I already
That makes
taken
sense.
my
Sure.
crack, or is this just myth?
Pardon?
Mm.
Have I already taken my crack, or is this just myth?
This is not just myth. I'm here too. I've seen it with my own two eyes. I've seen
Oh
I've seen
man,
it
you've been
before.
to Perth?
Yeah, bro.
Are there actually people there?
No, people don't exist. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
not
I'm actually
real.
a CIA experiment.
But of course,
Yeah,
the moment we bring
I'm
up
actually a paid
aliens,
actor to cover up the.
I'm currently at a Banska Bystrica black site, you know?
and we're still like
And
two.
I have no idea what you just said.
Same.
Carl,
We'll just
I'm
laugh
going to
and
tell you what
we'll
you
just
said.
laugh when he has the idea that we're actually interacting with him. It's fine.
I have your IP address.
Probably
Carl,
because
what's
I
your IP
posted
address?
multiple times. Kaar's
Ah,
IP
yeah,
address.
shit
I
happens.
saved that shit. Hold on, I can genuinely pull it up.
All
No,
right,
fucking
hell yeah.
don't. We're on stream. We're on stream. Don't. Some
No, you're
fucking
fine.
retard will beat us in.
Nah, I won't do it.
Carl's gonna wake up tomorrow. with
Remember,
one-
kids, leaking people's IP address is cringe. Don't do it.
No,
I'll
but
link my
no,
own
okay.
IP
No. You have the two people. You have the let people enjoy things, which is like the really weak, like soy jack opinion, and then you have the strong opinion of that's fucking cringe.
Exactly. Both are
Yeah,
very
exactly.
equal options.
So long that that's cringe does not align with my opinion.
Yes. Otherwise, yeah. Truly, everyone else
Otherwise,
is
Yeah, I
just
can't
soy
argue with
jack.
that.
Yeah.
I can't argue with that, to be honest. That's just. I've been destroyed with facts and logic. So true.
So true.
Oh my god, bestie, that's so true.
Shut up.
Oh my god, sis. You slay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Y'all
Yeah.
scream slay,
Yes, queen.
slay.
Slayed it.
Shit.
Mm-mm.
That's so good. Oh god.
This is
Fucking-
already off to a
Bro,
great start.
What the fuck has this conversation devolved into?
I
We were talking
genuinely
about
don't
alien
know.
life forms, and now we're just like taking the piss out of white bitches.
Yeah. That's also
That's
another
very hard to
talking
Into our
point.
next topic.
That's
It
another
is
topic, which is a
talking
point.
great segue into basic bitches.
That's true. Like the conversation just flows naturally
White-
from giant
white
crabs
bitch.
holding up their flat Earth to
Yeah.
white bitches.
Yeah.
So,
It's also
White
I see it also clearly now.
what circumstances brings them into existence, and how can we prevent the basic bitch phenomenon from plaguing more generations?
Well, I reckon the simple answer is just to take away the access to internet at a young age. I reckon, like, anyone disagree with me here? Do
I
any
mean-
of you reckon that's not the answer?
Yeah, the
that's
unbridled
a tough
access. Hold on. The unbridled access to the internet I've had from a young age has left me traumatized, and as a former shell of myself. Without that, I would not have been here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's what I was going to say. I was going to say, look how you turned out.
He's a man here. It's earthquake born
The
victim.
unfortunate circumstance that led to the creation of this podcast, I think that's evidence in and of itself for banning internet usage at a young age.
I
Yeah,
agree
true.
completely.
I extremely agree.
We should just all take like some
Perhaps.
political test after this together.
Mm.
Just debate
Oh,
the
boy.
topic.
We should. we should start making fun of minorities and see what happens.
Not yet. Well, technically, you
No,
could argue
not
that
yet. Save that for episode 10, baby.
racism special.
Look, the one way that we can instantly
That's
stop
content. That's content.
It is content, but the one easy way that we can
Dust.
stop the bit. Yes.
Episode 10, Ayarutha racism special.
True. Oh god, I'm gonna have to.
Fucking imagine, bro.
I already know that my parents are gonna ask
For
for the episode.
Ayarutha was some racist Kyle Rittenhouse supporting fuck that Dust used to talk to.
Hey, we should invite Cookie on the podcast, lads.
Pedophilia special.
Being a pedophile.
Literally, no one outside the podcast will know what the fuck we're all about.
Yeah, unless he like goes and cries to Swag or whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, the one easy way to stop the basic bitch syndrome is to ban LGBTQ.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far. Like, basic bitch syndrome doesn't happen in just the LGBT community. Like, it happens outside of it as well.
Within that.
I just see all of your names light up green.
Like, actually, if anything, right, it's more happens from people outside the LGBT community defending people inside it for absolutely no reason.
True.
You know what I mean? Like trying to speak for people.
Yeah.
Like if you make, like, for example, right, if I made like a slightly homophobic comment, like obviously I've got two people in this call with me right now that know I'm not homophobic. I mean, I'd hope you do.
Yeah.
But then you'd have this one chick who's not in the community calling me out saying that's homophobic, you shouldn't do that. Like, why are you speaking for that minority? You're not a part of it. You don't know what their mindset is.
Fair. And, you know, it's all well and good to be an ally and support the community and stuff, but you ultimately cannot speak for someone else properly. That includes politicians. They cannot do it good either.
Exactly. Politicians are the worst, man. I don't want to get into politics like on our first episode though, so let's skim over that topic.
Yeah, but can we make it clear that all politicians are like screaming masses of flesh that are barely sentient?
I agree.
Basically.
Except for Bernie. We like Bernie.
Yeah, Bernie.
Bernie Sanders.
Like, especially Scott Morrison, Amos.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely just looking through my meme list for something to put on the stream.
Wait.
I'm looking through my meme list for something to put on the video so that the background isn't just black.
ScoMo is an example of the only... ScoMo is a prime example of the only monkey native to Australia.
Exactly. It's just the most primitive form of life that inhabits our country.
What is the most primitive form of life?
The most primitive form of life. Amoeba.
I wasn't looking for a serious answer, Rogue.
No, that is a serious answer. Like, what if you look at what animals and stuff have been existent since the beginning of time? Amoeba.
The most basic
how about
form.
this? What's the stupidest animal currently alive?
So if we want to look at if we want to look at like what the most primitive actual animal is that we have alive at the moment, I think the most ancient example would probably be the coelacanth. Would you?
We're looking at dumbest.
Okay, can we just make a general rule that if a point gets brought up and your expertise lies in that field, you have to shut up because otherwise you bring too much seriousness to the table.
Yeah, that's fair.
I wasn't looking for a serious answer, Rogue. My answer would be something like Cody, age 14, who drinks Monster and plays Call of Duty.
Shit, dude, we're already at 20 minutes.
And sits in his mum's basement, eating mac and cheese all day, every day.
Yes.
Hey, the type of bloke that still plays Modern Warfare 3 on an emulator.
Oh god, yikes! Of society.
Oh.
Lawless
An
Clark.
absolute gremlin
Nintendo
of
CEO
a
after I
human being.
copy an old game they don't sell anymore.
And then Nintendo kicked down his door and fucking kill him for doing so.
This
Nintendo
poor
burning
old boy.
down
Nintendo hides
and
Ninja.
Mario.
This poor old boy in
Well,
India wanted to have a Nintendo Switch, but they didn't have the money, so he made one out of cardboard. Nintendo, noticing this, felt really bad about the boy and sued him for $2 million for copyright infringement.
You know, the fact that I thought this was a real story when you first started saying it is
Yeah.
testament to how bad Nintendo have gotten with that.
Yeah. Have you heard about that news story of PepsiCo, the company behind Lay's, suing a bunch of Indian farmers for growing a specific kind of potato?
Yeah.
Wait, really? Like,
Yeah, but,
this is
Sued a
one
bunch
kind
of
of potato.
they sued a bunch of I think like 4 farmers for $150,000 because they grew like IP5 species potato, which is the same potato used in Lay's chips, and the government said we are not going to take a stance on this, so they obviously got some sort of money there.
That's fucked. What the hell? Imagine
Yeah.
taking money from people in a third world country.
Average corporation.
Yes,
Capitalism
growing
moment. Capitalism
food is
moment.
now illegal.
Ugh,
What stage of
ridiculous.
capitalism is this? It's only like 60 minutes and we've
It's
already
what
started
the
bashing on
American
capitalism.
Yeah, it won't be much longer. Hot take. Well, not a hot take. I want Kaar's input on this because I feel like we've been talking over him this entire time.
True.
He hasn't had much of an input into the conversation.
Yeah, fair.
So what? Fuck me.
Joey, sorry moment.
Fucking beautiful.
Right, we're talking about corporations
I lagged.
and how corporations bad, and also
Yeah,
how
man.
what's it, companies suing poor people in third world countries over like jack shit because they're money hungry.
Yeah, that.
Do you think corporations bad?
Yes.
That deserves a clap. That deserves a clap.
Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Round of applause, and I hear just a single clap coming from Rose Mike.
Well, that wasn't me. What the fuck are you talking about,
I
retard?
heard like a single clap. It was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was a clap too.
Clapping my ass cheeks is alerting the guards.
Keep trying to sue poor farmer
Oh,
to the
thank
count of
God,
my ass
guys.
cheeks keeps alerting the eco-terrorists.
The scientists keeping me in.
That was the most fake cough I've ever heard, Myth.
Pardon?
What?
That was the most fake cough I've ever heard.
No, I think it was just munted by the audio quality.
True.
Why would I fake cough?
Actually,
I don't
while on the topic of corporation bad, how much do you guys know about like the Nestle situation?
Quite a bit.
Not very much.
Nestle, very bad.
Very
Truly
bad.
Thank you for your whole
what's the-
topic, sir.
Absolutely abhorrent, even.
Downright
shit.
bad.
One might say.
One might say
He's run
unpopular.
out of words. He's run out of
If you're
words.
so inclined, fucked up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
I'm like
understand.
I'm like one more Nestle controversy away from quite literally becoming an eco-terrorist.
Bro, same.
Wait.
Wait, is it that bad?
Bro,
I actually don't
you
know
don't know how bad they
anything
are.
about what they're doing. Someone explain to me like what exactly they've done
Okay,
that's
so
got everyone
I'll
shoving
just take
sticks up
one of
their
them.
ass.
I'll just take one of their not so recent, but one of their controversies. In Africa, they started offering mothers a milk formula for free for about like I think it was 6 months, which if the mammary glands, the parts of a woman's boobies that produce the milk. God, that was fucking horrible saying that. But the you know that part, if it's not used for about 6 months, then the body automatically shuts off the milk production because they realize, oh, the baby probably doesn't need it anymore. The babies do still need it, they've just been relying on the formula. And then after about 7 months, Nestle upped the price by a whole lot. It marked it up to like a few dollars, which for the average African single or even working mother is like an entire day's worth of money. So then they started making it expensive for them, right around the time where they stopped naturally producing milk, just so they could hark the last bit of money that these poor mothers had, so that their child
Oh,
wouldn't literally die of malnutrition.
Average
That's
corporation.
fucked. Average
Yeah, it really
corporation mentality. What the fuck, man?
Yeah. Really makes
That's
you,
bad. That's
yeah.
really, really bad. Holy shit.
It makes you feel even worse when you realize that even in first world countries like the one that we all live in, except maybe Kaar, I don't really know, the most commonly stolen product from stores is baby food.
It really does make
Yeah.
the thing, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember we were taught it in some class at school that like back in the like older days, like I think like the 1960s when like baby formula was just becoming like a thing, like Nestle's like baby formula that they'd feed, and they'd often market it as being healthier for for a baby than
Natural.
the natural breast milk, and it led to so many children dying because the formula did not have enough nutrients in it to keep the baby alive, much to the mother not knowing, because they were marketed as being more healthy for the children, and then they just weren't, and children died. And then obviously, yeah, and obviously Nestle got sued and won. They won the Nestle won the case, so that nothing good even came out of it. Those women just lost their babies just because of fucking corporate marketing. It's scummy as hell. And obviously that's illegal now, and they're not allowed to do that. They market it as a good alternative if you can't produce breast milk on your own. But even then, it's still not a great alternative. Like, if you can't naturally provide it, then, like, I suppose it's good to have that. But if you can, then there's no reason to use baby formula unless it's painful, which I wouldn't know. It might be. But
I don't have any
I don't have
experience.
kids.
Yeah, none of us
I've
really
got no
can.
experience breastfeeding.
None of us
Who
can
would have
really
guessed?
speak up to that
Who
matter.
would have guessed?
Who wants to taste that?
I mean, I've got pretty big tits, but
Same, actually. Big man titties.
man titties.
Very soft.
See if they can make anything. Come on, it's a science.
Carlos told me that his produced gravy.
Oh god, thank you for that mental image. But they used to do the same with cigarettes. They used to give cigarettes to school children as a way to calm their nerves, and now an entire generation, including my mother, is addicted to cigarettes.
Wait, they used to give them to school children where you guys are at?
No, that's just all over the world because they were marketed as something that just reduced stress. So you would very often on advertising see like 13-year-old children smoking a fag.
Oh god, dude!
Yeah. It took many years before for governments around the world finally decided we should probably make sure that these cigarette companies inform people that they're giving each other cancer.
I know that a lot of the people in my town that are addicted to cigarettes, it's because I'll just say the mega corporation that keeps our town running for the most part. They used to give them out as like a reward to good workers. So if you were working well and you were a bit stressed, they'd give you a pack of cigarettes. As like say, good job, have a break, yada yada, go have smoko. And then now everyone's addicted to them, and the prices are so high on cigarettes. It's actually ridiculous. Like I was at my local Foodland the other day, and literally I saw a woman walk up to the cash register and ask for a packet of cigarettes and scanned it. The woman behind the counter scanned it, and it was $85. And I'm not even shitting you.
That's a bit higher than what we have here. I asked my mom like 2 days ago because I was curious. Back when she started when she was 18, which I think was 1992, 1998. So then a price of like a packet of cigarettes was €2. Currently, it's like 8.5. So the prices have
Ouch.
massively
That,
increased.
that's really cheap. Like in Australia, they significantly upped the price of cigarettes to help people, to encourage people to stop smoking them as much.
Yeah, we have that here
But
too.
the issue is that they're so
They're addictive.
addictive. So that instead of stopping people from smoking, all it's done is it's driven so many people into poverty because they need to sustain their addiction, and they're willing to like shell out as much money as they have just to get that fix. And like there's so many people I've seen who are broke just because of cigarettes. Like I think the minimum price for cigarettes in Australia is about $30. So if we go and there's people who smoke like 2 packs a day. So if we go 30, so I'm on a calculator now.
Uber
So
cancer.
365 times 2. 365.
730. 730 by 30 is,
And then times that by 30, that is $21,000 a year if you're a super heavy smoker. That is insane. That's like half your salary. That's half your yearly salary.
Most people
on-
pay more in taxes than what would be left enough to buy half of your salary worth of cigarettes.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're paying bills like your electricity, your rent, and all that shit, and you're buying cigarettes on top of that for your addiction, you're gonna have no money. Like, and that's only on the minimum end of what like cigarettes cost in Australia, because the ones I see people buying the most are like $45, and then and as I said before, there's people who are buying the premium shit. It's like $80.
premium lung
Jesus
cancer.
Christ, I was thinking that you might be like exaggerating a bit, so I looked it up. The latest cigarette price in Australia, a packet of 20 cigarettes costs $23.86.
That being said, Rogue lives in bumfuck nowhere, so prices can be different.
Prices can be a little bit more expensive.
Everywhere in Australia is bumfuck nowhere. It's like made of snakes and sand.
Yeah,
it's made of like when you get like fucking sticks and you stack them up on top of each other and cover it in mud. Like those fucking like those Sri Lankan guys on YouTube that just go out into the wilderness and water. That's what Australia's like, bro. This is literally what we live in. Look, I've got a water slide right next to me right now, going down to a fucking dirty pool.
My throat is extremely dry. I'm gonna grab something to drink real quick. I should have probably done this half an hour ago.
Wait, where the fuck did he go? I couldn't hear a word he said.
Neither. Whatever. He should be back shortly.
What a retard. Alright, now that he's gone, we can talk shit about him.
Fucking people, am I right?
Yeah, what a fucking bitch.
Am I right?
Fucking disgusting. True. Yes. You are right.
Squunkly looking at us.
Hi, right, I'm back. Okay, hold on.
Hello, chat.
We definitely weren't talking shit about you to the camera.
No, definitely not.
You know I can hear you on the other side of my house, right?
I had achievement made, boys. Let's get it.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah.
Oh man, this tastes like piss.
I mean, so you want
yeah.
That's what you're telling us is that you're drinking piss.
Dutch cuisine.
Why are you suddenly making fun of Dutch food? This is literally just like a Jumbo merk
because of the shit you eat, you fucking pig.
I made
bacon,
tea
cheese,
before
and
coming
sugar
on
and pancakes. Dear God.
Yeah, you fucking bacon and cheese on pancakes ain't it?
And sugar.
Hey,
what do you mean?
Yeah.
Hey, lemon and sugar on pancakes slaps though. Like I'm just putting it out there. Yeah, it is like. Yes,
put some fucking
lemon.
jam on it, dude.
Jam? Alright then.
I mean, jam would work. Like in Australia, like at my Catholic school,
Really
we obviously celebrate Shrove Tuesday, and they give us out fucking pancakes and shit. But they're not allowed to put anything too unhealthy on them, So like the options we had were, I think,
Marmite.
butter, jam. I think Vegemite actually was one of the options.
Oh,
No one would do it. No one would do it. And then they have sugar and lemon and sugar. And lemon and sugar one surprisingly slaps. Like it just works.
Okay,
I don't know what
one
it is
question
about
though.
it.
One question though. Are your
Yep.
pancakes like thin and flat, or like Americans, which are really small and puffy?
Like
former,
former.
mostly,
I think
but it can vary.
it depends on who's making them. You know.
Because over here,
Like-
the standard for pancakes is like a good 15 centimeter diameter or something, and then you just have like a really big one, like really thin, and then you roll it up and eat that.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
shit.
Like that's what
Damn
that's
right.
what like
As long as you're not
if-
putting fucking bacon in it and cheese on it.
yeah
Yeah.
exactly. Like that's just wrong. Like objectively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But fucking not ware. Or jam.
I think like as far as it goes here, it's more like where you're getting your pancakes from as to what structure they are. Like if you are at a cafe, you're going to get like the American styled, relatively small, fluffy ones that puff up a lot. Whereas if you're getting it at home, you're going to get the long ones that can roll up into like a burrito.
Oh, those
Yeah.
are the best
Yeah.
though.
Oh, that's
We have entire
Yeah.
pancake houses. Dutch pancake
Yeah.
houses are genuinely
I mean, Myth would know what I'm talking about when I say we've got Pancake Kitchen here, like in South Australia. That shit slaps, dude.
Yeah, I still need to go there.
Like,
I've
have
only
you
ever gone
seriously
there.
never been?
I've
Oh,
only
man, I
ever
need
been
to-
at, I was there like once when I was like 6 or 7 or so, but otherwise I've only been in the alleyway to try and get into the bando next to it.
Oh, bro. I need to
Myth
take you
moment.
there. I need to take you there when I'm in Adelaide. That shit is just on a whole
Alright.
another level.
Haven't
It's
you two been
elite.
planning to meet up for like the past 1.5 years?
Yeah.
But that's because we live like in the same state, and I go to Adelaide at least
In the same
relatively
state
often.
is about the same
Oh,
distance
I'm
away as
aware.
driving through my entire country, so doesn't really
No,
matter.
it's like
Yeah.
it's like driving
Like,
through your
really,
entire
right.
country like
Up.
4 times. It's like just as South Australia is like 4 times the size of your country, if not bigger.
Yeah, and
Population of
where
12.
the ends of it.
12 people in there.
It's true. Like I think South Australia's population is about 4 million. I think it's not a lot. It's really not. Like all
Yeah,
that space.
something
Like Australia as a like continent is one of the biggest in the world.
1.7 million.
See, that's not even that's not even that much.
Yeah,
Like,
no, wrong.
Oh, before we go on, can I highlight this this quote that Joey, my boyfriend, told me yesterday that he genuinely asked me.
Oh, yeah,
He
here we go.
genuinely asked me because he didn't know if the condoms go over the ball. Disregard the fucking name. He made it. He genuinely asked me if the condoms go over the balls.
Bro.
Oh, man.
It was so funny.
God.
No, there ain't no way. There's
I
no
told
way.
him
There's
they
no way
did.
he
I
asked
told
that.
him they did.
Oh, fuck me.
Bro,
Our first date together is gonna be so weird.
I'm sorry. There's no way he asked that unironically.
He did.
Oh my fucking god. Nah, faith in humanity lost, bro. This is
On
it.
our first date, when we're finally back in bed, it's gonna be so uncomfortable. I already know that he's gonna try that shit, and I'm just gonna. Oh, it's gonna be. All 3 of you are typing in
It's gonna be
chat
funny,
right now.
but you're gonna go like, whoa. What have I done? Oh, there is. I, wasn't there another thing you tried to convince him of, Dust?
I don't know.
The gaslighting part.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, you know what? Now is a good time, I think, Myth, to tell.
Yeah.
Like Dust, we fully convinced you that drop bears were real.
Yeah.
Drop
They're not
bears
real.
are a joke. They don't
They
exist.
they don't exist.
Nice.
They are a fucking myth that Australians invented to scare
Hey,
tourists.
who's fucking me?
Nice.
They are, yeah, but they exist solely to make
Like-
fun of tourists, and you fell right for it. You could have
fell
googled
for
it
it.
once,
And they would have told you that they were a myth.
oh man, that was brilliant.
I could literally explain to everyone in this chat where like the drop bear myth actually comes from, if you want me to. Because there's there is legitimate scientific reasoning as to why.
However, I want to hear Dust. Dust, how are you feeling now?
His whole world has been shattered, absolutely demolished beyond repair.
You know the worst part about this? My parents are gonna ask me to watch the episode. Oh god. Just like tell them about this.
And then when they watch it, they're just gonna find out that we absolutely bamboozled you.
Yeah.
They're also going to find out that
You've been humiliated in front of your parents.
Oh, this is great though. I'm enjoying this.
yeah.
Like, drop bears though. So, have any of you guys heard of the megafauna called Thylacoleo before?
No.
Of
No.
course, I have fucking
The
not.
fuck is that?
I know what a
No,
megaphone is, but like,
So,
no.
Thylacoleo is one of Australia's only carnivorous mammals that we've ever had.
I genuinely don't know if you're shitting me again.
No, I'm not. I'm not shitting it. This is a real animal. You can Google it. So, Thylacoleo was so confusing to paleontologists for the longest time.
Magpies don't exist either.
Yeah, magpies don't exist. They're fake.
Australia doesn't even exist. I should have known.
Thylacoleo sounds like a disease, an STD.
So it sounds like an STD, bro.
Well, that's
Fuck, I love Thylacoleo, man. Shouldn't have stuck my dick in that guy's ass. Now I contracted Thylacoleo.
The missed experience.
Right, anyway, I'm getting off track. So, this animal was so confusing to people because its teeth are formatted like a herbivore. Like, its teeth are evolved to eat grass and other things. However, the indents on its teeth indicate that it was carnivorous. And for the longest time, no one had any idea as to what their actual diet was until there was a fossil sample found with meat in its stomach. Now, here's the thing. The reason why this is so interesting to me is because Australia have only got one technically natural mammal carnivore. And that's the dingo.
Yeah.
Exactly. But so what made Thylacoleo become a carnivore? So because there's so many herbivorous, and Australia is very, very arid, so many herbivorous animals, Thylacoleo had, in order to sustain its species, had to convert to eating meat because there was too much competition for herbs. Now, megafauna were alive at the same time as Indigenous Australians. And
For a bit,
Indigenous
yeah.
Australian,
For a very short time.
For a very short time.
Rogue, I know we're talking about Indigenous Australians again. I don't want you to go on another rant.
No, don't worry about it. That's
Save the racism for the 10th episode.
Let's save that for the racism special. Exactly.
Yeah, the Kaar special.
So because Thylacoleo's digestive system was not adapted to consuming meat, it never had enough energy to actually hunt things. So it was an ambush predator. So what it'd do is it would hide up in trees and wait for animals to shelter from the heat in the shade before it dropped down and deliver a fatal blow to the neck. And that's where drop bears are from. So they would wait until Aboriginal Australians who were migrating to different spots, as they do, because as I hope you two would know, Indigenous Australians do not have proper shelters.
No, they believe the earth was like holy or some shit.
They would strut about as they wish.
Yeah, they travelled. They were nomadic. So when they need to cool off,
gypsies.
When they were gypsies, they would sit down in the shade of a tree, and Thylacoleo would drop down and kill anyone below. And that's where drop bears are from. That's where the myth of them is from. It's a
Interesting.
real animal. It's just extinct.
Nice.
I still feel
very
no
nice.
buffoon.
But they don't look like red-eyed koalas.
Yeah, they're also known as marsupial lions. They look very very much
I
like a
I
cat.
heard of them.
Yeah. I'd call
still
them
don't know.
Thylacollia because it sounds cooler. Thylacollia is a fucking dope name.
Well, there's
You
the
can't-
aforementioned sounding like an STD.
Actually, when I said Australia's only native carnivorous mammal, that was a lie because we had thylacine as well, Tasmanian tiger, which is also now extinct because it was hunted to extinction.
Humans
Of
eat meat
course.
too, but okay.
Calcazoidus anglicus, most dangerous bird.
Yeah, but they're not. We're not native to Australia. We're native to like a hole in the ground in Ethiopia or maybe the Balkans where we first crawled out of.
Yeah,
Hole in the
exactly.
ground in Ethiopia? Don't you mean average house number 7?
I mean, we had to come from somewhere. Like, obviously,
Yeah.
like the typical like thesis is that because humans are a great ape and great apes are native to Africa, that humans evolved from a species of great ape native to Africa and then migrated across continents during the Ice Age,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
extremely likely.
Through,
That's
like,
probably what
Pangea
happened.
and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's how we spread out across the entire planet, pretty much.
Mm.
Yeah, okay, that's
Nice.
fair.
I mean, it makes the most sense, right? Like,
Yeah.
like you, unless aliens planted us here, but I don't. That's extremely unlikely.
Or
Which
is
brings
it?
us back to the
They
start.
could have done a better job.
This loops us back to the beginning of our conversation. Aliens.
And would that not make it a perfect point to end?
It's only been
I
like
agree.
fucking
Indeed.
41
However,
minutes.
Oops, sorry,
I'm having
ending.
a blast talking.
We could roll again on the wheel and start our next talking point.
Yeah, but then we're gonna have like one episode of a 6-hour-long podcast.
Just shooting the shit.
Yeah.
So how long have we been recording for already?
We
I've
are
not
now
been paying attention.
on 42 minutes.
Oh shit! Then we probably should wrap it up. Then we don't want it to be too long.
Sure. Then are we just gonna roll into the next one
wrap it
and
up.
start a
Good
new
long
one,
reference.
or just keep it here for this week?
I think this is where we keep it here.
All right.
I can.
Yeah.
Once a week, we save all the conversation for next time, lads.
All right. And
Yeah, fair enough.
All right.
later. Was fun.
All right.
Alrighty.
See you
Thanks for
later,
joining us.
ladies, gentlemen, and beyond.
We will see you all next week.
Retards and schizos like.
Hell yeah! This is what we're here for. Do we do like a social media challenge? Like just fucking put your IP address in the put your IP address in the comments, and the one we like the best will get a heart or something.
Yes.
We'll get a heart and a SWAT team en route to your house.
Yes.
We will send the police a bomb threat in your name.
Bomb threat giveaway.
Free swatting giveaway.
we might throw in like a $5 iTunes gift card as well.
$5.
$19 Fortnite card.
$19 pipe bomb.
Your Honor, I can assure Your Honor, it would be an insult to call this a fuck, I forgot the meme. Shit. Whatever. I'm ending it here.
Alright, see you later, lads.